Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to another edition of our at-home workouts here for Anytime Fitness. So today we're still week 1 and we're on day 3 days in. I hope you guys are having fun with these. You're being able to do them at home. We're staying injury-free, which is most important, and we're feeling good about ourselves even though we're cooped up at home. So today we have a huge core workout, a lot of everything in the midsection. Don't forget, core is not just your abs. Core is your abdominals, everything on the sides, your back, your glutes, everything in this midsection. Your trunk is technically your core. So for our warm-up today, we're going to go ahead and start with a movement called pass-throughs. So Blaine, my good trusty assistant here, is going to go ahead and demonstrate pass-throughs. Now when he's doing this, he's just going to reach with his, let's go right hand first, right arm. He's going to reach under, just like that, and then he's going to reach up back towards the sky. Good. And when he does it, he's just going to look wherever his hand goes, and he's coming all the way back up. Go ahead, give me a couple more. Now when he's doing this, you want to feel this rotation in your stomach, in your trunk, in that core area, because that's the main focus we're going to be working out today. And also, when he's doing this, when he's coming up and doing these pass-throughs, he's stretching out these lats, these on the side. That's his whole point. And so he's going to do 10 on one side and 10 on the other side. So 10 each side. Then we're going to go ahead and go to bird dogs. So he's going to be on all fours, and let's do right leg first, left arm. So his opposite leg rises with his opposite hand. And he's going to come up again. Now stay there, Blaine. Now when he's here, he wants to think stretch. You want to get this front arm out there just like he's reaching. And he's reaching almost like kicking back with your heel, and then flex up. There we go. And then go ahead and switch. So he's reaching and up. Perfect, just like that. Go ahead and give us a couple more. Now when he's doing this, he's focusing on squeezing these glutes and squeezing these shoulder blades when he comes up. Now what this is doing is, since he's stretching long, he's elongating his spine. So it's a little bit of a spinal decompression, and we're also warming up our glutes and our back right here. These things called spinal erectors. They're like those big muscles you have going along your spine and your back. Awesome. Excellent. So we're going to do that warm-up. You have your pass-throughs, 10 each side. And then your bird dogs, 10 total alternating. So you're just going to do 5 each side. And we have these 2 exercises for 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Once we're done with our warm-up, our pass-throughs and bird dogs, we're going to go straight to the workout. We have our first exercise, and we got 4 rounds of this. Plank, shoulder taps. So he's going to be in that plank position, just like this. His feet are spread apart. His hands are just shoulder width. His hands are right underneath his shoulders, and he's pushing up through here, just like this. We don't want his shoulder blades to sag down. We want to be active and push up. So when he's doing this, go ahead, demonstrate a couple shoulder taps for us, Dwayne. Thank you. He's actually coming up and he's reaching with his other shoulder. Now notice as he shifts from side to side, he shifts his weight from that hand to this hand. He's not just going to quickly demonstrate a couple bad ones for us. See how he's rotating? He's losing that trunk stability. Go ahead, demonstrate a couple good ones. His body is nice and solid, and the only thing he's doing is shifting his weight from side to side. Good. Now, a modification for this. Say you can't get in that plank position. He's going to just stay on his knees right here, leaning forward a little bit more to put more weight on his shoulders so he can activate more muscle groups, and then he's still going to go from side to side. That is a modified version if the regular plank is a little bit too difficult for us. And we're going to do 20 total, so that's 20 alternating, 10 on each side. Then, our next exercise is V-ups. We're going to do 12 V-ups. Now, with your V-ups, you're going to go ahead and start on the floor. Your legs are going to be toes pointed, reaching towards the ceiling, and see how he's almost in this hollow rock, this hollow hold position where his hands are above his head, he's got his core engaged, and his legs are up. And he's going to go reach for his legs, almost thinking he's going to bring his head to his knees. Try and bring your head to your knees. Just like that. What we're going to do is we're going to do 12 of these. 12 of these each round for our V-ups. Where we want to feel this is right in our midsection. Excellent. Thank you, Blaine. Then our next exercise is called Russian twists. We're going to do 20 total Russian twists. So Blaine is going to be seated on his glutes, on his butt. His feet are going to be up. Hands can be close together like this, and he's going to reach over and touch as best he can to that floor, and then reach over just like that. Now you notice how he has minimal movement of his body. He's not twisting. Give me a bad one where you twist really bad. There we go. We don't want to twist too much. We want to have everything nice and center and perfect and touch on each side. If you find yourself cheating, what you can do is you can grab a bowl from home, fill it up with a little bit of water, and make sure you're not spilling any of that water. A little bit of a challenge for us just to make sure we're staying honest. Now again, in this movement, we want to feel it right in this midsection right here. If you're feeling it on the low end of your back, you need to squeeze your stomach harder. Activate your abdominal muscles so that you alleviate pressure on the back. If you do feel that pressure on the back, it's okay. You're not going to hurt yourself. Just immediately think, I need to squeeze my stomach a little harder. Awesome. And for those Russian twists, we're going to be doing 20 total. Now our last one, our last exercise, we're going to do 12 snow angels. So we're going to be back to that hollow rock position, almost similar to our V-ups. His legs are up, but not as high as in the V-ups. And see how his hands are starting up above his head. And he's rotating those hands all the way down while he's holding and tightening his midsection. The whole time, if your feet are up, they're pointed every time. Squeezing that stomach, rotating out, just like that. And we're going to do a total of 12 snow angels. Once you're done with these first 4 exercises, don't forget about your rest for 60 seconds. It's my gift to you. Take some time, sip a little water, don't chug it. Sip a little water and get ready for your next round. We have a total of 4 rounds of our plank shoulder taps, 20 alternating, 12 V-ups, 20 alternating Russian twists, and 12 snow angels. Don't forget about that rest. Once we're done with this, your midsection should be on fire a little bit. You should be ready for beach season, which is right around the corner. That's the whole point of this. We're going to go straight into our cool down. Now, our first cool down stretch is seal stretch. We're going to be here for 1 minute. So go ahead, let's demonstrate seal stretch real quick, Blaine. Now, when he's here, this is going to be a little, it might take some practice for some of us. When he's here, I want him to take a big, deep belly breath. That's what we're stretching out. Because his body is this way, his abdominal muscles are being stretched. And if he takes a belly breath, those abdominal muscles are being stretched even more. We want to stretch those out because that's what we mainly use today. Now, a lot of you guys are going to feel a little bit of a pressure in your lower back, and that's your spine going this way. And it might feel uncomfortable to a lot of people, but I'm telling you it's okay. The reason being, since we mostly sit all the time at a computer, or since we're locked up and locked down, we're sitting a lot more, our spine is always going like this when we're typing at a computer. But if we go the opposite way like this, it helps spread that disc out towards the other way. So if our spine is constantly like this when we bend over, and we kind of stretch and go the other way, it alleviates your chances to get a herniated disc. So that's why you might feel a little bit of pressure in your lower back, but I'm telling you it's okay. That's how we're going to do our seal stretch for 1 minute. Our next stretch is called thread the needle. So I'm going to have Blaine go in all fours here, and he's going to drop his right hand all along underneath his torso, just kind of like his pastors, but he's going to get lower and stay there. And if he wants, he can bring this hand right here and rotate over a little bit more, because we want to feel that in that posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulder. That's our target area. And you're going to be there for 1 minute on each side. Just like that. And if you don't feel it, rotate that body over, and you should feel it right inside there. Again, if you don't feel it, play with the angle a little bit, and leave a comment below if you need some help finding these targeted areas. Our third stretch, we're going to go to saddle. All right, so Blaine is going to go back, sit on his heels. Now, if you see here, his heels, the bottom of his feet are flat. This is important to stretch out those ankles. For some of us, this is going to be very hard. So a modified version, if he were to come up and just sit right here with most of his weight, just like that. If that's as far as you can go, that's fine. Go ahead, go back to the normal one. So if you can get your feet flat and this doesn't bother you that much, you can go ahead and put your hands behind your torso and go ahead and lean back. If you can, if this feels pretty normal, not too bad, you just have a little bit of stretch between your knee joints, your ankles, and maybe you don't feel anything on your legs, you can increase the stretch even more and go all the way down. Now when you do this, make sure you have something next to you. Quick story, I actually was stuck here for 2 minutes one time. I couldn't get up. It was miserable. So make sure you have somebody in the house or you have something to hang on to be able to get up out of this position. Now, when you're in this position, you should feel it in your hips. And when I say hips, I mean these muscle groups called your psoas and hip flexors, which again, I've mentioned before, when we're at our desks all the time, those muscle groups get very, very tight. And since we're stretching out in the opposite way, this is what helps loosen them up. Awesome, Blaine. So that is our saddle stretch. We're going to be there for 2 minutes. So it's going to be uncomfortable, but get comfortable being uncomfortable in these stretches. It'll help you in the long run. Then our last one is seated straddle. So you can go ahead and just face it that way, Blaine. He's going to sit back on his glutes. Legs are going to be wide open. And he's just going to shoot that angle straight in the middle. Now where we should feel this is in our adductors, in the middle, on the sides of our legs. We had those squats from day 1. We had some hamstring work from day 2. So this should feel real good. Now, if you want to go ahead and increase the stretch in your adductor muscle groups, you can go ahead and just reach forward more. The lower you go down, the more you're going to feel that stretch. The more you come up, the less you're going to feel that stretch. So again, play with that angle that works right with you. So again, for our cool down, we have our seal stretch for 1 minute. Thread the needle on each side for 1 minute. Saddle stretch for 2, and seated straddle for 2 minutes. Thank you very much, guys. Way to go. Keep it up. We're 3 days in already. I'm really enjoying this. Keep getting to our goals, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you.